For many of us, the riding season is coming to an end. Now, I live in a region that experiences very cold and often snowy days during the winter. Despite my love of riding, I just can't bring myself to get out and ride in some of those frigid temperatures, and certainly not in the snow. Now, I have no doubt there are a few listening to this devotion who are laughing at me and ready to give me a hard time. I've seen your posts on Facebook where you get out and you ride no matter what. So I expect it, and I'm ready for you to come after me. I hope that we can have fun with it. I also know that there are some of you that are hardcore and you'll ride no matter the season, but I don't want to hear from any of you who live down in Florida. I'm jealous that you all can pretty much ride year-round without having to worry about snow or bitterly cold temperatures. I will say this, though. When I hear about those rare days when the deep south gets a whole quarter inch of snow, I do enjoy the news reports of the chaos that it seems to cause. Now, of course, in the same manner I find amusement in that chaos, someone in Michigan is undoubtedly laughing at those of us in Kentucky when we shut everything down for 6 inches of snow. It's all relative, really, but it does give us a source of good-natured ribbing with one another. The point is this: the seasons change. It's inevitable. These changing seasons have an impact on us in so many different ways. Personally, I love all 4 seasons. I just feel a little sorrow when I know that winter is coming because I know that the opportunities to ride will be few and far between, maybe even non-existent. However, once I get over that brief sorrow, I look forward to the snow and the feel of the winter air. Then, somewhere around the middle of February, I start watching the weather forecasts and searching out those days when I know that I'll be able to start riding more consistently. The changing of the seasons is inevitable, and we are powerless to stop these moments of change. The same is true for the seasons in our lives. God has created varying seasons in our lives. Not the meteorological seasons that we've been discussing, but emotional, physical, and mental changes that He uses to shape us, to draw us towards Him, to place us where we are needed to further His own glory. God is using these seasons to create us into who He intends for us to be. Unlike the weather, the seasons in our lives cannot be predicted with any accuracy. For example, 2 years ago I never would have imagined that I would be preaching the gospel on occasion, or utilizing my love for motorcycles to reach a lost and dying world. Some seasons in our lives call for us to be patient and to wait for God to move us in the manner that He deems to be the most effective in bringing glory to Him and using us to draw others to Him. Of course, not all seasons in our lives are happy seasons. There are seasons that we experience from time to time that are filled with hurt, pain, grief, and loneliness. But rest assured, God is with you in those moments as well, and He is using those seasons to shape you, to bring about change in your life that draws you to Him. I have experienced these seasons. There have been times in my life where I felt that I deserved to lose everything that I held dear. Moments where I felt that God would strike me down and I would deservingly spend eternity in hell. These moments prepared me in ways that I could not have known in that moment, but they have become a part of my testimony, and I can share these glimpses of God's mercy to others who are experiencing similar trials in their lives. Because whether we are willing to believe it or not, even though we may endure obstacles in life that we feel no one could possibly comprehend, no one has ever experienced but us, it's just not true. We're not alone. These struggles that separate us from God are Satan's way of isolating us and keeping us from seeking the Lord in every trial of our lives. Are you struggling with alcohol? Has addiction crept into your life? Do you struggle with pornography? What about pride? Do you demonstrate love to your fellow man, or are you selfish and arrogant? Has depression crept into your life? Have you suffered a heart-wrenching loss? All of these seasons are temporary. You simply need to trust God and know that He will stand by you and see you through. You will emerge from these moments better than before, and you can use these God-given triumphs as a way to share God with others. There's no better way to reach others than to share what God has done for you. God will change the seasons of our lives when He is ready to change something about each of us. Some of those seasons will be pure joy, and others will be so difficult that you may want to give up. I was actually out riding with a friend this weekend, and I know that he had experienced some trials over the past few months. He even referred to them as a glimpse of hell. But he has remained strong in his faith, and God has remained faithful to him, as he always does with each and every one of us. Keep this thought in mind. No matter what kind of season you are going through, God always promises to use it for his glory and to make it perfect in his time. We are to learn from these seasons of change, and we are to seek God's will in those seasons. That is how we grow, and that is what draws us closer to him.